Hello, this is TechVZ and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Tales of a TMNT Volume 2, issue number 15, Hell's Blacktop. So this issue is one which I don't know how to really describe, just because this one deals with Shadow's mum, Gabrielle, about her passing away, and then also about ghosts, demons and stuff like that with racing. It's a really weird issue that also doesn't really do too much in the actual story and doesn't go anywhere with the actual story itself. So it's going to be a really weird one to talk about just because it's like somewhat of a sensitive subject to talk about with the Shadow's mum side of things, but then with the whole ghost things, yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting one to talk about. So yeah, let's just talk about it. Oh god. Okay, so first off, Casey, Shadow, and Mikey, they're going up to where Casey spreaded Gabrielle's ashes, and, you know, I thought this bit was, kind of nice, just because whenever I got to explore this side, Casey and Shadow's mum before, and I think that this bit was, kind of nice to see that this finally happening, and seeing, Shadow learn a bit more about her mum. But with that being said, I do find it a little bit weird that Mikey was there, just because I don't really know why he was there. It just felt so pointless for him being there, because even when we do get to see Shadow and Casey get out of the car and see where the ashes was spread, Mikey's nowhere to be seen, so I don't know why Mikey was there. Now I know people are going to say he was there for moral support and all that, but if that's the case, then why didn't he go up and actually be there with them? I just find it so weird and all that. So I feel like Mikey was just there just so that, you know, at least I had a told in the actual issue, but it just seemed weird that he was there but didn't actually get out the car to actually show his support or anything like that, so yeah. But then after that we do get to see the three of them, they're going home, and we're talking about mystery, supernatural kind of things and stuff like that, and we do get to see Casey. He doesn't believe in ghosts and stuff like that, which I don't really understand how or why, just because he's seen turtles, mutant talking turtles, and other weird stuff in the past few years of his life. So I don't understand why ghosts will be any different. So yeah, but we do get to see Mikey. He says that he's open-minded to all of it just because of who he is and all that. But then after that, we do get to see the three of them that stop off at a diner, and they go in and talking about getting some food, and we do get to see some people talking about some stories about basically how the characters need to be careful, otherwise they may be in danger. So then after that, we do get to see them all leave and drive off, and this is where things get a little bit weird, just because we don't see anyone for miles, and we do get to see a headless woman in the middle of the road for some reason, and this bit here is never explained why she's there, but yeah, for some reason she's there. God. But then after that, we do get to see them all get out of the car because the car's broken down. And Shadow goes over the mountain to see what's there, and there's nothing really there except for the skull. And she decides to pick it up and take it with her. And there's no real reason why. She just does it, and that's it. Oh god. So then the next bit, this is where we do get to see the actual main villain, which is a demon kind of guy, and it's never explained who he really is or why he does the things. He just shows up and he says to Casey, you know, we're gonna race, and if you lose, I get your soul. And he doesn't explain why or anything like that, and they will just go along with it and don't really explain anything about it. They just start driving and that's it. And then that's when we do get to see Shadow. She comes up with a bright idea to use the skull that she got earlier and throw it at the headless woman, and she gets her head back, and that's when the demon thing decides to just ride off the course or the tracks and just be done with the race. So Casey wins. They don't really ever bring up again, and all the people who were under the control of the demon, they're now good and all that, so they ride off, and that's pretty much where we do lead the story off. So yeah, overall this issue was just a mess, I want to say. Yeah, I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's just, it was a big mess, and there's a lot of things that did not help this issue. So one, there was no colour, it was all in black and white, which, yeah, I think that this issue really would have helped for it being in colour. That way we're about to see a lot more of the racing aspect. I feel like that would have really highlighted the details about it being more like a high speed chase instead of just then just sort of moving, but in like reality we're just looking at pictures not really moving, so I think it would have helped quite a bit. And then also I do feel like Jim Lawson's artwork is, you know, he's a really great artist, but I just don't think his artwork really suited this kind of story, and that's a real shame just because he is a really great artist, and I think that with his connections to like Gabrielle and all that, with like terms of like Sea of War stuff, kind of stuff, it does make sense why he'll be brought onto this story. But I feel like with like an artist like him, he doesn't really work too well for like detail in a way in like black and white. I don't know how to best describe it, but he has a certain art style which suits certain stories, but I don't think this one was a story that his artwork suited for. So yeah. But then, like, even after all that, we do get some stuff in here which is just like a complete mess, I want to say, just because the whole stuff with the race and demons and stuff like that, it doesn't really make too much sense, and don't really explain it too properly, and it just feels so weird with some of the stuff that happened at the beginning of the issue. I mean, with the stuff at the beginning of the issue, with them going to Gabrielle's like place where Casey spread her ashes, I was really thinking that it's going to be like a really like nice story, one where Street gets see, show learn a bit more about her mum and stuff like that, and just really like a wholesome story. But no, this was definitely not it, and I think that both stories are really conflicting each other, and yeah, it's making it really hard to read like this issue, despite having like really good story or somewhat good stories. But I think combined they don't really work too well. But it's just a really hard one to really describe, and I think this story would have been best if it, or would have worked best if this was just one about Shadow going up and finding about her mum and all that. But what they're doing this issue is just, oh god, it's really hard to like imagine that she did something like this, and yep, somehow we did it. And then one thing which I must admit I was quite surprised at, which I don't know if this is like somewhat true, but I feel like the design for the demon in the car was somewhat of a inspiration for the Speed Demon in the 2012 show, but I'm not too sure about that just because I know that in that season 3, they like to take like I know they like to take a lot of references from like horror movies and TV shows, so they must have took it from somewhere else, but it did remind me a lot of that, so I don't know if it was like a little hint towards that maybe, but I doubt it. But it just seems like so weird that he looks so oddly specifically like similar to the like Speed Demon, but maybe not. I'm not too sure, but either way, I just thought there was a little detail to really point out. Yeah. But yeah, overall, this whole issue has just been, I think the best way I've described it is just a mess. And I wish I could say that I've enjoyed it, but nope, I have not. Okay, yeah, but if you have liked this one, and if you did find it a bit interesting, and somehow you did, yeah, let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you not? And, yeah. That's game for today, guys. If you have some, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo. Bye.